Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the Storm Podcast, and today we are here for a Kung Fu Panda 4 review. I'm your host, Malcolm. I'm here with my boy.
It's Eman. You already know.
What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, so yesterday, Kung Fu Panda 4 came out. We went to go see it. By the time y'all have seen it, it will be a couple days old. But you know what I'm saying? We still get it to you fresh.
Yeah.
Did you end up shooting a review for your own personal YouTube, or?
I hadn't yet, but I probably will today.
Okay, yeah, I got one on my personal YouTube if y'all want to see that, so go ahead and check it out. All right, off the rip, what you think?
Off the rip, it was okay. It was nothing like special, but it was a solid movie to me.
It's the worst Kung Fu Panda.
But
that doesn't make it bad.
Yeah, once again, like, it was solid. I don't know if I would say it was my least favorite. I might have disliked 2 more, but it's also been a while since I saw it.
Yeah, that's a bad take, but okay.
I mean, it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't really remember.
2 is fire.
I don't think Shen was a very memorable villain, at least for me, for like me.
The order of Kung Fu Pandas is 2, 1, 3, 4. That's how it goes.
I could see that.
It's 2, 1, 3, 4.
I think I would go 2 is number 1 for you?
Of course.
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably
it's
say
2, 1, 3, 4.
I'd probably say 1, 3, 2, 4 for me personally.
Yeah, no, you're bugging. 1 is fire though. Like all the Kung Fu Pandas are good.
Yeah, there wasn't one I hated.
This one is just the worst one, but that doesn't make it bad by any means. It's still a great movie. I had fun watching it. I'm glad I saw it. Like, I didn't walk out of the theater being like, damn, I wish I'd spent my time some other way, or man, I wish I didn't pay for this ticket. Like, that's how I walked out of Madam Web. I walked out of Kung Fu Panda like, okay, cool. Like, that's what's up.
Yeah, there wasn't any like pieces or massive parts of the movie that I were like, oh, this is just hot garbage. Like, no, it was overall a pretty good movie. And honestly, if I was like a kid, I would have loved this movie. Like, this was a perfectly fine movie.
Yeah, this is a good movie. I had a good time. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm glad I saw it. Jack Black did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he always does a really good job as Poe. Like,
I feel
that's
like
just kind of his thing.
I feel like he's getting better as Poe. Like, I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, like every movie he gets a little bit less Jack Black and a little bit more Poe.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed about that is I do feel a lot more Poe than like just Jack Black.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think he's been killing it. Now, let's talk about the other characters. First off, okay, the Furious 5 weren't in it.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
It was upsetting, but completely understandable. Because I could only imagine how much they have to pay Jackie Chan, Angelina Jolie, freaking Seth Rogen. Like, they have a lot of heavy hitters in Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, it's a expensive lineup.
Yeah.
So
I understood it. I wasn't like, I was upset because I like the Furious 5, but I was like, that makes total sense.
Yeah, I rocked with it. I wish they would have been there, but yeah, I get it. Like, the Furious 5 are expensive. Shifu wasn't in it as much as I would have liked. He's one of my favorite characters. No Oogway cameo, which was a little... I feel like he has always found his way to just sprinkle into each one a little bit. He wasn't in this one at all. This one...
Yeah, I was a little disappointed at that just because Poe is supposed to be kind of stepping into that spiritual warrior type thing.
Well, not even warrior, just spiritual leader.
Yeah, spiritual leader. And Oogway wasn't there at all. I was a little like, this would be the perfect time for him to show up, but we just didn't see him, especially with the spirit world gates opening and everything. I'm like, why did we not see Oogway?
Yeah, wait, why didn't she steal Oogway's kung fu?
Yeah, I'm like, out of all the people that should have been in this movie, I think Oogway was one of the ones that should have been there.
Wait a minute, now that I didn't even think about that. If I was her, I would have pulled up Tai Lung first. Keep it a stack. But then Oogway's next.
Yeah, and just like in a writing sense, like this was a very spiritual, spirit world movie, and we saw none of Oogway. And that was just very weird to me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that until you said it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have like a huge issue with that, but it definitely felt like a flaw.
All right, if we're talking plot holes in the movie, I don't know if I would call this a plot hole, but Oogway didn't pick the next Dragon Warrior until... a day and a half before he died?
Yeah.
Bro was 150 billion years old before he picked the next Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, true.
What the fuck? Poe only got to be Dragon Warrior for what? Like, I'm guessing I don't know what the timeline is within the show, but it can't be any more than 15 years.
Yeah, honestly, it couldn't have been more than that.
And 15 years is a stretch. 15 years is since like what the first Kung Fu Panda movie.
Yeah.
So like in the show, probably like 5.
Yeah, I'm like
10
a couple
years.
He hasn't seemed to have like grown up a whole lot. Like he's a lot more mature, but I feel like he's around the same age.
What the fuck going on? Like why when Shifu was like, hey, it's time for you to move on. Why do you get to decide that now it's time? Like, didn't nobody tell Oogway, like, hey, bruh, it's time for you to pick? When you know, you'll know. So how you gonna tell me that it's time to pick? No, it's not. I'm still the Dragon Warrior until I choose I'm not.
Yeah, honestly, now that you said that, that does make total sense, because he hasn't been Dragon Warrior for a very long time. And there was no, like, deciding reason why he had to move on. It was just like, you're getting better. And so, like, you can't stay at the same role. Like, that didn't really make sense. He should have still been able to be the Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, and it's not like he was doing it, like, Oogway was literally old as shit.
Yeah.
He needed somebody to do the next, you dig?
Yeah.
Oogway hadn't been fighting for a minute, it seems like, anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, let's get the Dragon Warrior. Let's get it popping.
Yeah, like, that transition from, like, Oogway to Po made total sense. But going from Po, who's still, like, middle-aged, not even middle-aged, like, he's fairly young, going to Shen, who also doesn't seem like...
I think it's Zhen.
Is it Zhen?
Shen is the peacock.
Oh, okay. And then hers is, like, Zhen?
I don't know how to spell it.
Oh, okay.
Let me look it up. Let me look at how to spell it.
Zhen. Like, they seem... like around similar ages. Like I don't really think it was time to transition yet.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's Zhen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Zhen.
Yeah. And then Shen, Lord Shen, is the peacock.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
sense.
but I'm like, damn, bro, like you can't tell me when to move on. Like, you're not the Dragon Warrior. I'm the Dragon Warrior, so I pick. This movie kind of felt like Cars 3.
In what way? Just like...
we telling the main character, hey, bruh, you washed up. You can't do it no more. And he like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it until I decide I don't want to do it no more. And then they meet a character who they're like, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Maybe I'm supposed to fall back and be in my mentorship role and pass the torch. That's what Cars 3 was. And that's what this is.
Yeah, this... I agree that it does feel like that. But I'm not a big fan of Zhen like that. Like, I don't...
oh, no, I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't think that she's, like, the next Dragon Warrior. If anything, which I don't know if they can continue the series.
No,
like,
it's cooked.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like it's just
this was
over
the
with.
finale of the series, for sure.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be preferred. But, like, I wouldn't want to see Zhen in any more movies, honestly. And I didn't hate her. It's just, like, she's just not
So,
main
I don't
character.
like Awkwafina.
I don't like her as an actress or a voice actress, but yeah, I agree.
She's very one-dimensional to me, and she's pretty annoying. Awkwafina is like the equivalent of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, to where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doesn't play any characters. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just plays Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in everything he's in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Awkwafina she's not playing Jen. She's just playing Awkwafina.
I agree, and one reason that I feel like I noticed that it was Awkwafina more was because it seemed like she wasn't. Like, this wasn't really an Awkwafina role.
This felt like Awkwafina to me.
I don't think Zhen was a character for Awkwafina, though. Like, I feel like they could have cast someone else.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
like,
need Awkwafina in this movie.
Yeah, it didn't feel like she should have been Awkwafina. I noticed that, and I was like, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah, I didn't need her in this movie, personally.
Like, Awkwafina's supposed to, or it's, once again, supposed to be, like, a funny type person. Like, Zhen wasn't. Like, she was, but that's just because it was Awkwafina. I think they would have done better with a more, not exactly stoic, but like a less funny character.
Stoic is not the word.
That's why I was like, not exactly stoic, but a less like trying to be funny character.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of her character per se. I guess it did what it needed to do. we're probably not, maybe, and I said this in my personal review that I posted on my YouTube, maybe what's going to happen is we'll get a TV series kind of similar to that Kung Fu Panda TV series that we got, which was fire, by the way.
That was really good.
That series was heat. Maybe we'll get something like that with Jen. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're setting up for something like that. This whole movie kind of came out of nowhere to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I wasn't expecting a Kung Fu Panda 4. I wasn't looking for Kung Fu Panda 4. I wasn't even asking for Kung Fu Panda 4. So for them to be like, yo, here you go, it was a little surprising to me. And they did a good job. Like, I think the villain was good.
I do think they did a good job, but they could have released this later just because nobody was waiting for
What are
it.
you saying by later?
Huh?
What do you mean later?
When they could do everything. Like, there was no Furious 5. There was no, like...
Yeah, I think they just weren't... I don't think it was like a top priority over at DreamWorks. It was just like, let's do it.
They could have... And having it be so final, like, they should have done this movie better, I think.
It was a good movie, though. It's not like it was a bad movie. It
was solid, but it being a, like, finale or end of an era type, you dig, I think they could have done... Like, the ending movie, or...
I think it was just meant to be a money grab. Like, I don't think it needed to be anything insane. Like, I don't think they were trying to be a
money grab, but I don't think it should have been meant. Like, they could have made it like a big finale type thing. Like, I'm not Furious 5 in the finale. That's kind of crazy to me.
I'm not mad at it personally. Like, I'm not mad at that. I do think Viola Davis was a great pick to play Chameleon. She's just a great actress and a great villain overall. Yeah. I love seeing her in villain roles. I like seeing her in non-villain. Honestly, she's just a great actress. I think I said a couple months ago that she's my favorite actress ever. So yeah, I rock with her heavy. I think she did a great job. I rocked with when Chameleon was like, when the blood moon fully rises is when I'm gonna open up this gate. She was like, man, this shit taking too long. You know what? I don't even, this shit was just for dramatic effect.
For dramatic effect.
I'm gonna open this bitch right now. I was like, hey, that shit was turned.
Yes, I actually did laugh at that part, but that also made me like think that wasn't the funniest movie. Like, that movie was funny. I don't think it was that funny. Like, I don't think
that movie was funny.
I don't think Jack Black did any like jokes I was like, huh.
There was a lot of jokes.
Oh, well, I didn't really like laugh. Like, when I laughed at the whole like blood moon thing, I was like, haha, that's funny. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh, this isn't that funny a movie.
The blood moon shit was funny when they were in the you know what I'm saying?
Oh, in the house.
The little rocking.
It was cool.
tavern.
I think the choreography of the fight was really nice. But like, I never really got any funny moments from that.
When the dad stepped out that bitch and the whole shit just fell down. Even when the dad was faking to be the Dragon Warrior, I thought that was a funny movie to me.
Yeah, I see like the attempts, but
the taking pictures by Buddy drawing the shit fast as hell.
That was funny. I did kind of like that, but like, I don't know. I feel like there were just funnier moments, and especially it being Jack. But I don't think Poe had any like big funny moments really either. And I'm like, this is Jack Black and no funny moment. Like, what? Come on, bro.
I liked it.
Like, it was once again a solid movie, but I was just surprised that like it wasn't as funny as I thought it would be.
I thought the shit was fire. I had a good laugh. All the kids in the theater were getting good laughs.
Oh, my theater was dead. Like, nobody was in there.
Oh, like it was just you?
Yeah, it was me and two people that sat right next to me.
Yeah, when I went, it was super empty. It was me and maybe like 5 other people, and 3 of them were children, and the children were laughing and having a great time. So, I mean, yeah. I saw it 2 p.m. on the Thursday, so.
Oh, I think I saw it at like 6 p.m. yesterday, so I was like,
yeah, like it was empty, and it was at Lake Theater, which is not like the most bussin' theater.
Yes,
on the weekdays, on the weekends,
that is true.
It's crazy in there.
Yeah, it's not very lit during the week, but like one thing that pissed me off was I was like the only person there, so like I went in and I just like picked my seat, and then somebody sat like right next to me, and the whole theater was empty.
So move.
Why did you pick the seat right next to me?
But you move.
I can't move now because I'm gonna sit in somebody else's seat, and then
no, you're not.
Yes, I do every time, and it pisses me. That's why I just don't move seats anymore.
You're not gonna sit in anybody else's seat at 6 p.m. at Lake. You just said it was 2 people in there.
Yeah, and I was like,
who else's seat was you gonna sit in?
Somebody else is gonna come in here and be like, "Well, I just got."
Nobody's gonna say that,
bro. It's happened many times.
Yeah, no,
many times.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I was like, I'm not even about to risk. But I was like, bro, why'd you pick the seat right next to me? Like, what the fuck? But happens. But overall, it's a solid movie. It wasn't as special as I wanted it to be. I thought it was going to be a lot.
My expectations weren't that high because there wasn't that much that went into it. There wasn't that much promo. There was only one trailer. Like, it seemed like it was just something to put out, and that's what I went into it expecting. I thought it was cool. Now, what did bother me is I thought there was going to be a lot more Tai Lung. That's what I was looking forward to.
That's what I thought, too.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Tai Lung is the fucking GOAT. There wasn't enough Tai Lung for me, which kind of bothered me. But even when he was there, he did what he did.
The trailers made it seem like the chameleon was going to be Tai Lung for a lot of the movie.
Yeah,
and she was only Tai Lung like twice. And I was like...
Tai Lung did his shit when he was Tai Lung, though.
Yes,
when he got to running in a circle, fucking him up, like...
That was one of the best choreographed fights in the movie for me.
No, every fight in the movie was fantastic.
I think that was one of the best, though. Like, that one was fantastic.
Nah, Poe versus Chameleon at the end was incredible.
Most of the fight...
Poe versus Poe was going crazy.
Yeah, most of, like, the Chameleon fight I really enjoyed. I wasn't a big fan of, like, the big boss battle because I was just, like, mixing all of the people in one.
She was only like that for, like, 45 seconds?
But I was like, oh, come on, that's lame. Like...
That shit is hard.
It would have been cooler if she just, like, switched between different masters more.
But she did.
Yeah, but instead of just, like, mixing them all together in one and becoming, like, a big dragon, I was like, come on.
And she was goated. I thought she was a great villain. Poe did his shit against her.
Yeah.
She's probably the strongest villain he's had.
I think the only one that had
sorcery. Tai Lung will probably fuck her up.
She fucked him up.
She didn't.
She took his powers.
But she didn't fuck him up.
He lost.
Yeah, but any other scenario...
What others that, like...
She had the magic stick of spirit destiny.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, yeah.
Like, without that, Tai Lung would have murdered her.
Yeah, I guess that is true. She did have that. But, like, it didn't really... She needed the stick to take people's powers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah. She can't take people's powers, then. Anybody probably would have worked. She said that she was, like, pretty weak.
Well, no. She said that she doesn't know Kung Fu. She didn't say she was weak.
Well, yeah, you're right. She said she didn't know Kung Fu.
She just didn't know Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Which was fire. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. What you rated out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it like a 7.5, maybe 8.
I gave it a 6.5. Yeah, it's a 6.5 out of 10. It was solid, cool movie. I'm glad I saw it, but if I were y'all, I wouldn't rush to go see it. It was cool.
Yeah, it's nothing like crazy, especially if this is one of your like first Kung Fu Panda movies. I wouldn't like expect any craziness, It's not Kung Fu Panda 1.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys with the next review. We are out. Peace.